Today I'd like to give you a brief intro to SPPS apps, Google Drive, as a way to store your files and to integrate more seamlessly with our classroom websites, which we'll deal with in part 2 of this video series, to allow for students to access materials and for parents to have a better idea of upcoming assignments and things like that. So in part 1, I'm just going to talk briefly about a file system that's easy to set up and easy to follow for students so that we can have sort of a consistent way of storing our files. So here is the landing page for SPPS apps. You can get to this in a couple different ways. The actual address to get to is start.stpaul.k12.mn.us. So it'll be the same as the domain name at the end of your Google Drive account. So you can get to it that way. If you do forget, and you probably will, you can also just go to Google, type in SPPS apps, and it'll provide a link for you to get to it this way really simply. So once you're here, you'll see the landing page. You have access to Mail, Docs, and the calendar. We're just going to focus on Docs and Drive right now. We'll come back to the calendar a little bit later. Once you land in Google Drive, yours will most likely be empty unless you've been using it before. So what you're going to want to do first is to create a folder for your class. So I'm going to create a hypothetical 7th grade English class right now. So you hit Create here, create a folder. Once you're there, you can name it essentially right away, 7th grade English, however you want to name it. The first thing you want to do so that you don't forget is to make this folder public. Right now, you're the only one that can see it. So you can do this by right-clicking or two-hand clicking 7th grade English there, and then going down to Share. Share. And then here where it says private, only you can access, you want to change that to anyone with the link. So anyone with the link here now can access, and just double check, make sure that that's can view and not can edit. Otherwise, anybody that sees it can also go through and edit your materials. And save. Done. You'll know that it's worked because you'll see a little person's outline there on the folder. That means that other people can see it. And once you click it, then you have a couple different options. If you have files already, if you have previously written stuff up in Microsoft Word or are pulling other materials off the web, you can just drag and drop it from your file into here. If you are not comfortable dragging things, so I'll give you an example of that. I've got the 7th grade syllabus, and then you can just drag it. It'll say incoming, upload and share. That's just confirming that you are in a public file, so anything that's there will be visible. Once you upload something from Microsoft Word, it'll automatically convert it into the Google Docs format, and then you can make any edits that you need right here. Oops. So you can do that. You don't have to save with Google Drive. Everything will automatically update, so it saves automatically. You don't have to worry about it crashing, which is really nice. And the other way that you can get files is by pressing this upload button. If you don't know exactly where it is, you can search for files then, and then search through your computer for anything that you need that way. The other option, if you're not working from any pre-made materials, you can simply create it this way. So you're in the file, create a document, and then again, it'll always say create and share because it just wants you to know that it's a public folder. You can click up here to rename it, grade syllabus, and then you can just simply use this to process your words and make a new document from scratch. Once you have your syllabus in, I recommend creating a folder here. So the first folder that you would want to do would be quarter 1. And this now, quarter 1, will be the place where you keep all of the things. I think that if you just stick to having the syllabus and each of the quarters as a folder here, it would be a little bit easier to manage and for people to know where they're going. So quarter 1, you would just have that. When you're ready to upload quarter 2 things, you would simply just create quarter 2, and you can leave quarter 1 there for other people to go to. So I want to give you an example of how that looks with something that's in progress with 6th grade. So here is my 6th grade folder. Now this is live on the website, so anybody could theoretically go in right now and see this. So I've got my syllabus here, so that's on the landing page. And then I have quarter 1. Within that, I've kind of broken it down into units. So this is a way that you could do it. You could have different major assignments that are there and do it that way. I do have a document with quarter 1 learning targets. The other thing that I think that is a good idea that's been nice for students that have missed days in the past is to have the daily agendas, the PowerPoints available as well. This way you can have a sort of reference point and go through, have your do nows and your learning targets there. So if somebody misses a day, they can go through and see what they've missed. So they can do that. So this is what it would look like on the inside. And that's basically it. Google Drive is something that I think will really make it easier for our students to find things and reduce on the number of email attachments and the error that goes into students bringing flash drives back and forth or forgetting to save documents. So go through and create a folder for each of your classes that you're teaching, each of your preps, and once you're there, you can start uploading files in or start building a syllabus or just some placeholder documents so you know it needs to be there. You can play around with presentation. That's what I use. If you have a current PowerPoint thing, if you can upload that, it'll automatically convert it into a Google presentation. But this is a pretty slick way to go through and have your daily agendas there so that you can have your do now up on the screen and also go through your learning targets that way. So I'll give you some time to do that, and when you're ready you can move on to part 2. Part 2 will show you the website template and take you through how to build your own teacher website and integrate the work that you've done in Google Drive into it. So thank you, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.